I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
This is Snowman in the Morning, and it begins now.
Circus, Afro circus, Afro circus, Afro polka dot, Afro.
Next!
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Did you not get the memo?
Nothing for you.
Now, where have I heard that line before?
Good morning. Snowman in the Morning is back on this Monday. We're getting everything started. You can hear the traffic. It's a warm morning as we get started yet again with another week. I know you didn't hear me on either Thursday or Friday. I had some equipment problems, so took care of that. And we're back on this Monday. We're presented by Cleaver Supplements. Pure supplements for when genetics are just not enough. Coming to you from Michigan City, Indiana. The Starbucks crowd is heading in, and it's an early crowd this morning. But we are here to give you some great sports talk. Going to talk a little bit. This is an express edition. Going to talk a little bit of the NBA Finals. The Women's College World Series is set. Good luck to the Oklahoma Sooners and the Florida Gators. The College World Series is going on. They're in the baseball, NCAA baseball tournament's going on. The White Sox got swept by the Tigers. Damn it! Damn it, I hate that. But it just seems like the Tigers are picking up their stripes, and these young kids from the White Sox, as much as they scrap and they keep fighting, they keep running into teams that are better than them and that have more veterans than them. But we're going to be all right. All right, let's talk NBA Finals. Game 2 in the books, and it's 2-0 Warriors, just like I thought it would be. Now, I know what happened last year. You don't have to remind me of what happened last year. Golden State got up 3-1, and Cleveland came back and won it. And I still have my issues and theories about that series. But don't y'all get the feeling that this is a different Golden State team? They won Game 2 Sunday night. Hey, we even got a convertible rolling by here. They won Game 2 Sunday night, 132 to 113. And here are a couple of side notes for you. Number one, the 132 points scored by Golden State represent the most points scored by a team in a finals game since the Lakers put up 141 on the Boston Celtics in 1987. And I believe that was Game 2 where they turned that trick. Secondly, actually 3 notes. Secondly, LeBron James has tied Magic Johnson for the most NBA Finals triple-doubles. Whoop-de-friggin-do. Look at the competition LeBron James faced, and look at the competition Magic Johnson faced. I'll get into that more in a moment. Third note, Stephen Curry posted his first NBA Finals triple-double. And if you want a bonus note, here's the bonus note for you. Kevin Durant scored 30 points again. I was telling people before this series even started that the Kevin Durant you are seeing in this final 2017 is much different than the Kevin Durant in the finals you saw in 2012 when he was with Oklahoma City. Because Kevin Durant is with a team that wants to not only win, but share the basketball in doing so. Kevin Durant's in a much better position to win a championship than he was in 2012. I'm sorry, but you can't depend, and I'm going to say this aloud, and people are going to get mad at me for saying it, but I really don't care because I like telling the truth. Would you rather depend, even given what happened last year, even given his subpar performance by his standards in 2015, would you rather depend on a point guard like Stephen Curry or a point guard like Russell Westbrook who wants to take the ball out of your hands? I'd rather place my trust in Stephen Curry, or to be honest, I would place my trust in a point guard like Kyrie Irving. I'd place my trust in either of those two before I place my trust in a point guard like Russell Westbrook, who just loves to fill up the stats, get his own, and not care about his teammates. That became evident when Kevin Durant got injured 2 years ago, and it was Russell Westbrook's team. Now, I know I'm going to say a lot of things that's going to make a lot of people angry, but I really don't care. You're listening to Snowman in the Morning. We're presented by Cleaver Supplements. It's the traffic edition, as you hear all the traffic as we're outside doing this. And we thank everybody. It's going to be a gorgeous day here in the Midwest. We hope you enjoy it wherever you are. Don't forget, check out our new website, snowmaninthemorning.com. Check out the gear store, check out the swag store. Help us become a better show. Give us your ideas for what you want us to talk about. All that's available on snowmaninthemorning.com. Now, as I was saying, and Colin Cowherd broke this down, and I got to give him the proper credit. Kevin Durant left a crazy situation and got into a better situation. Now, one of my dearest friends, Joshua Jackson, said that what Durant did was a punk move. I suppose what LeBron James did was not a punk move, and I think it was, because if you want to look at it from that standpoint, then what they both did was a punk move. I understand the fact that they're chasing rings, okay? But there was just something about the way LeBron did it as opposed to the way Kevin Durant did it. Kevin knew what he had to do. LeBron knew what he had to do. I'll give him that kind of credit, but at the same time, Kevin Durant did it with a lot less fanfare. He made a decision just like LeBron made a decision. Just like anybody, just like any grown man that plays a professional sport makes a decision. You go to the best chance you have to win titles. That's it. I'll give LeBron James this. He did that. And I got more to say about comparing LeBron to either Kobe or MJ in the next segment, so bear with me here. 33 last night for Kevin Durant. 32 for Stephen Curry as part of a triple-double. Yeah, the Cavaliers forced the Warriors into 20 turnovers. But here are some more notes from last night's game. One, the Cavaliers only led, I want to get this right, once. And that was 2-0. LeBron James got the opening basket and Golden State got everything else. Secondly, as I mentioned, the 132 points by the Dubs, the most since the Lakers put up 141 in 1987. And of course that series was against the Boston Celtics. You can't tell me this is a different Kevin Durant. This is not a different Kevin Durant. Or let me rephrase that. You can't tell me this is the same Kevin Durant that you saw in 2012. This man is on a mission. And I don't think he minds sort of kind of being in the background, although he's right up front with Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson. I don't think he minds that. What I saw last night in Game 2, LeBron James came out ultra aggressive, driving to the basket, getting open shots, getting people involved in the offense. And I love seeing a player who got embarrassed in the first game and his team get embarrassed come out aggressive to start the next one. Here's the problem. As LeBron James goes, so does the Cavs. And LeBron ran out of energy come midway through the third period. And remember, Cleveland got to within a point several times. He got to within a point several times. And they could never get over the hump. Every time Cleveland had a run, Golden State responded. Either with a big shot from Curry or a big shot from Durant, a defensive play from Kevin Durant, or from the wildest of the wild cards, Klay Thompson, who had 22 points. I was talking with one of my wonderful producers in Cravante Hurd. Mark Kelly is my other producer. Tabitha Foster running the board. And I talked with Cravante, and he had several good questions that we'll expound in the next segment. It will expound later on in the show. But it just seems like after the masterful performance by Kevin Durant in Game 1, the Dubs got off to a slow start in Game 2 with 8 turnovers in the first period, 13 by halftime, and yet Cleveland still could not solve that Golden State defense. Now, it may be totally different when they go to Cleveland and try to defend the land, as the phrase goes. But are you going to sit here and tell me that it's the same Kevin Durant you saw in 2012? I understand Cleveland fans still having faith, and I applaud them having faith. But I don't think Cleveland's going to get a game in this series. I really don't. I've got several reasons as to why, and I got several questions to answer. As we'll take a break and roll on this express edition of Snowman in the Morning, coming to you this morning on a beautiful morning. We hope you're enjoying it wherever you are. I got some questions, and I got some theories, and I got some answers. As Snowman in the Morning rolls on, introduce.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge.
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve! Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend.
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Choose from 4 different types of boxes, all including our amazing grass-fed and grass-finished beef, and change your box anytime. ButcherBox is a monthly membership service, but you can adjust your frequency to receive a box each month or every other month. You can also cancel at any time. Beef up your box by selecting some of our tasty add-ons like Paleo Bacon Burgers and ground beef, and have it delivered for free on your schedule for less than $6 a meal. Want to get started? Then visit arenasportsnet.com and click on the ButcherBox logo or call 855-981-8568.
Who do I perform for? I perform for all the awesome composers whose music deserves to be heard.
I perform for all the stagehands who make sure I never miss a cue.
I perform for our high school choir director who taught me to breathe from the diaphragm and sing from the heart.
Speech, debate, theater, music. The performing arts teach valuable life lessons that typically aren't taught in the classroom. They help high school students learn leadership skills that prepare them to enjoy more satisfying, productive lives.
I perform for Mrs. Evans, my high school debate coach, who has helped me become more confident than I ever dreamed possible.
This message presented by the Illinois High School Association and the high school in your community.
Hey, I've got a question for you. Who will you perform for?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you kidding me? That's a spicy meatball.
Back and better than ever, it's Snowman in the Morning. We are presented by Cleaver Supplements, pure supplements for when genetics are just not enough. Don't forget, you can subscribe to the podcast and catch a replay of the show every single day if you just log on to snowmaninthemorning.com. All right. I spoke a lot about Kevin Durant in the open. Now, here are a couple of questions that have been posed to me that I posed to the folks. Before I go any further, follow us on our social media. The ID you need for Facebook and Twitter and Tumblr, we got into Tumblr, is SIT Morning. What you need for Instagram is SIT Morning 2. I got 2 questions for this segment. Number 1. With his performance in the first 2 games, do you consider Kevin Durant to be a Finals MVP favorite? I would say so. Him and Stephen Curry are running neck and neck right now. And yeah, you want to throw LeBron James into the equation, but think of how the team has performed to this juncture. It's only 2-0, but Golden State has put their stamp on this series. I would definitely consider Kevin Durant to be a favorite for Finals MVP with 2 outstanding games at home. Now, whether that translates into success in Cleveland, we won't know until Wednesday. The wildest of the wild cards showed up and showed out last night. And that wild card was Klay Thompson. I heard him make a comment, and it's so very true. When you're winning, you don't worry about a slump. I've heard so many rumors and have read and seen so many rumors that Klay Thompson will be leaving Oakland. No, he won't. He's having too much fun. I mean, drought be damned. He's having too much fun. And he said on an interview, I believe it was on NBA TV last night, the shot's going to come back. And it did last night. He's not worried about being in a slump. He's not worried about the fact that he hasn't done much in this playoff or the early part of last year. He had 17 points in the closeout game against the Spurs. He had 22 last night. You think he really cares about being in a slump right now? The fact that he was, I believe, 8 for 17 last night and hit some long 3-point shots, the shooting eye is back. Now, I'm going to tie this in with a very, very bold prediction. When I say bold, I'm talking about a prediction that is so bold that people will not believe it. And that prediction is this. If, and I stress the word if, Klay Thompson has another bust-out game in Game 3, now this is pivotal. It's pivotal because Cleveland could do exactly what they did last year and blow the Warriors out by 30. But if Klay Thompson has another bust-out game, and he does it in Game 3 on Wednesday night in Cleveland, this series is over on Friday. Because now you force the Cavaliers to worry about Klay Thompson. You know how Thompson has made his mark in the playoffs with his defense. Look at some footage that he had against San Antonio and look at the footage from Game 1 and the first 2 games of the finals. Klay Thompson made his mark defensively, and now his shots are starting to fall. The consistency needs to continue for Klay. I will say it again. If he has another bust-out game, as he did in if he had another bust-out game in Game 3, as he did in Game 2 of this NBA Finals Series, then not only is Cleveland history, but Golden State will make history. Now, some questions for the Cavs as we continue here on Snowman in the Morning, the Express Edition, wrapping up Game 2 of the NBA World Championship Series, with the Warriors leading 2-0. Why won't the Cavaliers go inside more often against this smaller Golden State team? I'll tell you why. It's the same answer that I gave in part 1 of today's show. As LeBron goes, so do the Cavs. And I mean this energy-wise. And I listened to some commentary by a popular YouTuber named Carcino. He said it before I did. I went back and looked at some footage, and he's dead on right. By the time the midway point of the third period came along, LeBron was completely spent. And that is when Golden State started to put a run together. And they took a bigger lead into the fourth quarter. Remember, they only led by 3 at halftime. That 3-point lead at the half became 15 at the end of 3 periods. Cleveland made one more charge to get back to within 12, but that's as close as they'd come at 106-94 in the fourth quarter. You cannot spread out against this Golden State team and expect to cover all of their shooters. And what should also be scary for Cleveland defensively is the fact that they are so late on these closeouts to get to the shooters, to get to Durant, to get to Green, to get to Curry, and to get to Thompson. Not only are they late on getting to these shooters, but more often than not, it's the wrong man getting to them. Hell, Stephen Curry put LeBron James in the blender, and that's twice that he's done that. I made a note of something. There was only one time during the finals last year that Golden State had 60 points in the first half. And that was Game 4. That was the only time last year that Golden State put up 60 in the first half. They've done it twice in 2 games. 60 on Thursday, 67 last night. You cannot allow the Warriors to get going. The first couple of shots that went down gave them their confidence, even though they turned the ball over some 15 times in the first half. Think about this if you're Cleveland. You force 15 first half turnovers, but you still allow the Warriors to connect 8 3-point field goals. They still shot 51% from the field in the first half. You beat them inside the paint on points 20-14, and you still trailed by 3 at the half. I thought that basket by Kyrie Irving at the close of the first half, as the horn sounded, would give Cleveland some momentum. And for like the first 3.5 minutes, it did. But the backbreaker was Kevin Durant's 4-point play that turned a 1-point lead into a 5-point lead. Cleveland was competitive for like the next 4 minutes, but then Golden State started running away. But Kevin Durant sealed the game in the third period with that 4-point play. Because it was 69-68 at the time with 7:50 left in the third period. 69 became 73. And that was that. Cleveland couldn't hang with him anymore. Which prompts the question, does Cleveland have an answer for Kevin Durant? So far, no. Does Cleveland have an answer defensively for this Warriors team? So far, no. They don't. Cleveland has a lot more questions to answer. And Steve Kerr came back. Of course, Kerr had been dealing with a back injury for the better part of now 2 seasons. Kerr and Mike Brown have had an impact on this Warriors team. And the Warriors didn't miss a beat with Mike Brown in control. They won their first 14 playoff games. Will this lead to a coaching job for Mike Brown? Who knows? Mike Brown just may say, hey, I like where I am. I'm staying put. But you can expect Cleveland to make some adjustments, but Mike Brown will be ready. Remember, Mike Brown coached LeBron James on 2 different occasions. So if anybody should know how to stop LeBron, Mike Brown would be the man. Mike Brown would absolutely be the man. Let's take another break, and when we come back, got some more stuff for you, including an incident that happened to LeBron James and one particular announcer's reaction. And you ain't gonna believe it. Snowman in the morning, back in the deuce.
1 in 7 Americans will struggle with addiction during their lifetime. Want to know how you can help? Go to heretolisten.com for tips and tools to help turn addiction around. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council.
What are all the things you witness online in a day? Cats playing piano, selfies on your feed, your friend's picture being turned into a nasty meme that's been shared 50 times, 51, 52. When someone's being bullied online, it's hard to know what to do. Now you can speak up with the witness emoji. It looks like an eye in a speech bubble, and it's in the symbol section near the clocks in your phone. You'll let the world know it isn't cool, and you'll let your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Programming on Arena Sportsnet is fueled by Cleaver Supplements. Hey folks, summer is approaching and it's time to get your body kick-started. With that in mind, reach for the supplements that will do just that. Cleaver Supplements. They provide natural supplements to help you lose weight, get stronger, and have greater workouts, all to propel you towards your summer body and mind goals. Visit cleaversupplements.com today and get on the best track to a healthier you. Cleaver Supplements. Pure supplements for when genetics are just not enough.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
What?
Snowman in the Morning is back. We are presented by Cleaver Supplements as we roll along on this Monday morning. Glad you're with us. And I have a question for everybody. What was the most racial moment that you experienced? Oh, I'm about to go there. I've got a few. In fact, I got too many to name. But Jason Whitlock made a comment, and Joshua Jackson, I thank you for bringing this to my attention. Jason Whitlock made a comment to the tune of, because LeBron James is an affluent black man, that the incident that happened to him at his home in Los Angeles is but an inconvenience and nothing more. In case you all don't know what happened before Game 1 of the finals, someone was stupid enough in Los Angeles to spray paint the N-word on LeBron James's sliding gate at his home in Los Angeles. And Jason Whitlock seems to think that this is just an inconvenience. Okay. Let me pose a couple of questions. If racism is just an inconvenience for anyone who is affluent, black, white, or whatever, why does it still exist? Why does it still happen? Why does it still go on? I'll tell you why. Because people are freaking stupid. Period. People are freaking stupid. And if you think that just because you're one color that I'm not going to call you out, I call out everybody on stupidity. Logic over color. That's how I think, and that's how I will always be. But I don't want to look at this from LeBron James' standpoint. I want to look at this from the standpoint of the person who was stupid enough to pull such a stunt. Do you know how much you're exposing yourself to the world, how much you're exposing your stupidity to the world, and keeping alive something that should have been dead a long time ago? But because of folks like you that see something that you want and can't have because you are not willing to get up and bust your ass to do it, you decide to leave your mark on something, A, that isn't yours, B, will never be yours, and C, that you only desired. How dumb can you be? How dumb can you be to vandalize a place that will never belong to you? I'm speaking directly to the person that vandalized LeBron James's house. And I said something on what was supposed to be my Thursday show, but it didn't get aired because I had some technical difficulties. But I said this: as much criticism as I have for LeBron James on the court, off the court, he is a husband, he is a father, he is a man. And no man, no matter what color, religion, race, or creed, or whatever, no man deserves to have his house vandalized by some idiots that think they'll get 15 minutes of fame or more. To the person who did this, I hope you are prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And I mean the absolute full extent. Because stuff like that does not belong in society. I'm taking race and color out of the equation. Stuff like that just does not belong. And while I'm thinking about it, let's close with our spoken word on this Express edition. I said this so many times before, but be true to yourself and be kind to others, because you never know when you're going to need someone's kindness to help get you through a situation. I've been there. But for that to happen, you have to stay true to yourself. If you believe in something, then you have to believe it to its finish. You have to believe it all the way through. I've always believed there's good in everyone until I am shown different. And I've been shown different a lot lately. But that's water under the bridge. What I've learned to do is to not attack them, but to attack the next day and the next obstacle. We're always going to have obstacles. Are you going to climb over them, or are you going to stay wallowing in your own pity? Something else I've done wrong. Wallowing in my own pity. If you get knocked down, get back up and stay true to who you are. Just stay true to who you are. Because you never know when someone will see that and draw inspiration from it. And that will put a close on this early morning edition of Snowman in the Morning. I didn't do a classic interview today. No, I just wanted to make it an express edition. But I will have one tomorrow. You'll hear one the rest of the week. We'll continue to talk sports and bring it to you the way it needs to be brought to you. I'll have more on the website of these Jason Whitlock comments. I'll have more on that tomorrow. But until then, this has been an express edition of Snowman in the Morning. We're presented by Cleaver Supplements. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Until then, have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, then they are not big enough. Till tomorrow, Snowman out.